As U.S. infections rise, the CDC urges some vaccinated Americans to wear masks again. The new guidance would mark a sharp turnabout from the agency position since May that vaccinated people do not need to wear masks in most indoor spaces. Follow our latest coverage of the coronavirus pandemic. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommended on Tuesday that people vaccinated against the coronavirus resume wearing masks in schools and in public indoor spaces in parts of the country where the virus is surging, marking a sharp turnabout from their advice just 2 months ago. The pandemic in the United States is very different than it was in May, when it seemed as if the worst was in the past. Confirmed cases are surging in parts of the country with low vaccination rates, and there are more reports of breakthrough infections with the highly contagious Delta variant in fully immunized people. Vaccines are effective against the worst outcomes of infection, even with the variant, and conditions are nowhere near as bad as they were last winter. But the new guidance amounts to a weary acknowledgement that the lagging vaccination effort has fallen behind the ever-evolving virus. Fewer than 50% of the country is fully vaccinated, according to federal data. This is not a decision we at C have made lightly. This weighs heavily on me, Dr. Rochelle P. Walensky, the agency director, said at a news briefing on Tuesday. Here's what we know: the C has long recommended that unvaccinated people wear masks indoors. But Tuesday's regulations mean that even people who have been completely inoculated will once again need to mask up in public indoor spaces in parts of the country where the virus is ascendant. In schools, health officials now recommended universal masking, regardless of vaccination status and community transmission of the virus, and additional precautions for staff, students and visitors. But they should still plan on returning to in-person learning in the fall. How this will play out in states that have prohibited mask mandates in schools remains to be seen, as well as communities where people may be weary of wearing masks. Some states immediately adopted the new guidelines, including Illinois. The state's public health director, Dr. Ngozi Ezike, said that despite the effectiveness of current vaccines, we are still seeing the virus rapidly spread among the unvaccinated. The risk is greater for everyone if we do not stop the ongoing spread of the virus and the Delta variant, she said. Governor Sisolak of Nevada followed suit on Tuesday. Starting Friday, Nevada residents in counties with high rates of transmission will be required to wear masks in public indoor spaces, regardless of vaccination status. The mandate includes Clark County, home to Las Vegas. The C.